everyone, here we are. Welcome back to another episode of Almost Average. So today we are going to be applying a ceramic coat kit. We'll get to that here in a second. The last video, what we did was change out the timing belt, we changed out the radiator, painted up the battery box, did all the maintenance stuff, right? Not the most exciting thing in the world, but very necessary if you want to keep your cool car driving up and down the road. You have to take care of it, catch up on all those maintenance items. Now, today we can apply something that's a little more fun, a little more exciting, get the car shined up and looking good. This is Avalon King's Armor Shield 9. So if you see here, very fancy box, comes all pre-packaged. There's a lot in here, even though this is kind of a small package. Really excited to get this on. So what ceramic coating does is basically strips off your existing wax and replaces it with this nice ceramic coat. The ceramic coat is very hydrophobic, I think is the correct word to say. It repels water very good, bug guts, bird poop, all that other fun stuff that's coming down and hitting your car as you're driving down the road. So we're going to try to protect the car a little bit and get it looking nice, right? It's a white car, a little bit tricky to make those shine. They kind of always look clean, but you'll see here in a second how dirty the car really is. Now when it comes to ceramic coating, really if you're waxing or anything, the most important thing is to strip everything that's on your car right now. So you have a lot of contaminants within your paint you probably don't realize. As you go down the road, you have particles of metal that come off of your brakes, right? You have bug guts, you have all this other crap that's embedded within the paint. And a good clay bar will get all that stuff out. So the first thing you have to do is strip off any existing coating that you have and try to get rid of all those contaminants. So I've got my pressure washer hooked up. We're going to give it a try. This is an area that I'm not super familiar with. I'm not a detail kind of guy. I wash and wax my cars here and there, but I'm just an average dude out in the driveway doing this, probably like you viewing this video. So we'll kind of go through these steps together. I'll do it on my car, and if I do it wrong, you don't have to do it on your car because that doesn't mess my car up, right? So I'll be the guinea pig for this Avalon King and clay bar system. Let's go give it a shot. Alright, so let's take a little look at the Subi here. Looks nice and clean, right? But nope. What is that? Old bird poop or a bug gut right there. As we go up on the hood here, lots of bug guts. I don't know how good that's showing up on the camera, but you can get where I'm coming from here, right? Lots of junk. Looks pretty clean, but trust me, it is not. Let's get up close here to the hood, or the roof. Don't know if we can see any of that junk. Big old bird poo right there. Around 5 minutes and got most of the heavy crud off. Now we're going to use the Chemical Guys kit and strip whatever is on here, whatever kind of wax. Fortunately for me, I haven't done that in a while, so there's probably not too much wax on here. Now that we have the car all sprayed off, I'm going to start stripping the existing wax. So this is that Chemical Guys complete clay system. And the reason I bought this kit is because it's supposed to come with everything you need. It's got the clean slate, which strips all the junk off of it. The clay luber, I guess it lubricates the clay bar as it comes across there. All that fun stuff. Again, it's kind of new to me, so let's go through this box, see what all is included. So yeah, first and foremost, we got a nice little microfiber with a sponge, so that'll come in handy. We have the clay luber, which actually helps that bar of clay glide along and remove those contaminants. This is a clean slate, so that says right here, removes old wax and sealant, washes away heavy dirt, grime, thick foam, fast cleaning. So that's what we want. Now, this right here, the butter wet wax. Probably not going to be using this because we have the ceramic coat. I'll keep it for later, maybe use it on my wife's car or something. And then here is the clay bar itself, which is literally a block of clay. Nothing fancy to it. Alright, cut it out. All it does is kind of glide along and pick up any contaminants, absorbs it into the clay bar, and takes it off of your car, right? Alright, let's go try it. The one thing I mentioned before was rust. Basically iron getting into your car. You can kind of see there's a little bit of rust. That's actually from brake material. So what happens is you apply your brakes, it kind of shaves off some of the rotor, some of the pad material, and then it flings it on your car. So this is like a wheel and tire cleaner, basically an iron remover. So it dissolves all that grime. What I'm going to do is hit these problem areas and try to dissolve that heavy stuff, because I can scrub that and it doesn't seem to do anything. So let's try it. Now this stuff is supposed to turn purple when it comes in contact with iron or brake material, so we will see. And if you notice here, see how my side skirt doesn't really match the main body of the car. I'm going to try to strip most of that. See what happens. Hopefully that'll come out. We'll try it with this first. See how it does. Alright, see, this is kind of turning purple already. So there was definitely some iron in here. Same thing for down here. So hopefully it strips all that junk off. Alright, so check this out. You can kind of see here, see them little like purple runs? That is iron that was embedded in my paint. So I'll be back here, which this is like a little paint scratch, so probably some rust, but yeah, a little bit of rust right there. I don't know, maybe it's working. Maybe you shouldn't spray this stuff on your paint. I really don't know. Next step, clay lube and clay bar. So basically all you want to do here is move across the paint. You can feel the dirt and imperfections as you move across it. Basically do it until it's smooth. That clay bar is going to pick up all the grime and grit and all that stuff. After you do that, you want to make sure to either flip the clay bar over or kind of squish it around a little bit until all that dirt's out of it, because you don't want to be cleaning other areas of your car with the dirt and grime that you picked up off the front. So we're going to start on the hood and work our way around. So that was the hood. I don't know if you can see there, but quite a bit of junk come out of it. So you can kind of feel it as you're moving the clay across. It'll grab for a second and then smooth out. It's kind of hard to explain. Sandpaper would be an exaggeration, but you can definitely feel the dirt and grime in there. So pretty cool. Keep going. Don't mind my dirty thermometer. Taking a little break. Oh, finished up the clay bar, which was an experience because there's 100% humidity today and it's 94 or 5 degrees. It's hot. So I picked the best day to do this. The clay bar, the big thing I noticed, I think my paint was pretty good. The hood and the roof were the two main areas. I guess they catch a lot of dirt and debris, so as you're dragging that clay bar across it, you can really feel all the material that's embedded in the paint. So kind of a cool process. Now just kind of letting the car dry a little bit. I ordered some food, waiting on that to get here. We're going to buff it with just some microfiber, nothing, no type of chemical. Clean it real good with the microfiber, make sure it's dry. Might take the leaf blower to it to get any water out of it. Then I might have to move the car because it's kind of in the direct sunlight. I don't know if that affects this kit or not. I'm going to look up, do a little research while I eat my lunch, and we'll get back to it here in 1 minute. Alright, got me some food Come inside, get cooled off a little bit. Let's see what this Avalon King Armor Shield 9 box is all about. So first and foremost, really good packaging. Let me pull this out of here. So, a little card, maybe to apply it or something. I don't know. Looks fancy. Apply, smile, enjoy. Thank you for your purchase. You guys can read that. We'll read it to you. And here are the instructions. So that's it. Just a little tiny bottle. Not much to it. Apparently this is the easy part. Hardest part is the actual prep work. Optimal method is to wash, clay bar, polish, and then wipe with alcohol, which we did that outside, so the car should be ready to apply. And this is all you do basically. You apply the drops to this little cloth here, work it back and forth. It's going to dry to like a haze kind of. They said it should look like an oil slick almost, like iridescent. Once it's done, then you buff it off. It should take 2 to 5 minutes to dry, and then you just kind of work your way around the car doing that. We'll get into more detail when we get out there to the car. This is the bottle itself of ceramic coating. Take out that little holder. So here is the little sponge bar thing. You basically wrap your cloth around it, put the drops on there, use this to spread it back and forth. Very nice microfiber, soft. It's not that usual sticky microfiber that, I don't know, has that weird texture. This is actually more like a suede or something like that. Very nice. Some gloves. This is the applicator cloth. So this is like almost like one of those glass cleaning lenses. And always my favorite, stickers. Alright, so let's walk out to the car here. Now, reading the instructions, it did actually say to not apply it in direct sunlight, which I think that's pretty direct. What do you think? So, let's move it over here out of the direct sun. Okay, and so the Subi is all prepped and ready to go. I just had some rubbing alcohol inside. I took that and put it on a microfiber and kind of buffed it down. Took my leaf blower, blowed off any extra water droplets that were kind of sitting around. I gotta say, it looks really good right now. We'll have to see how it looks after the coating is done, but I am super happy with just this result right here. But this should serve as like a nice little before. Alright, so if you want to purchase this, I'm not sponsored by these guys, like they didn't send me this for free or nothing. This was purchased with my own money. If you want to buy your own, just check out their website. I'm sure you can Google that and get pretty close. The place I found it was Legit Streetcar. He actually had a promo code, so if you want to save a little money, and they had like a July 4th sale. They're always having these little quick sales and stuff, so don't pay full price. Chances are there's a promo code out there, but it was very affordable. I think I paid like 45 bucks for this. So normally it's 75 or something, with the sale it's 45, so yeah. Alright, starting off, I'm going to wrap your applicator around this little sponge and then apply, it says liberally, to right here, several drops. You're going to start working in like a 2x2 square, and basically I'm going to knock out the hood first, probably hood, roof, doors, and then work my way around the bumpers and all that fun stuff. You want to apply this in a crisscross pattern, is what it says. So you go back and forth, and then when you get to the end of your square, you're going to come back over it like this. And then crisscross itself. Okay, application is complete. It is very, very easy. All you have to do is wrap that little applicator pad and put the drops on there. Wipe them in the crosshatch pattern like you saw in the video. Let it dry to a haze. It kind of makes like a rainbow sheen, almost like if you've ever seen oil on the ground. That's when you know it's dry. Wipe it off. Now, depending on, here it was 90 degrees, so it was drying in less than a minute. It was drying really, really fast. If you look on the directions, if it gets colder, then that time kind of increases. So the colder it is, it can go up to like 5 minutes is how long it will take to dry. So just be mindful of how hot it is outside when you go to apply this yourself. But with the applicator bottle, I only used roughly half. So initially I started off and used a quarter on all the body panels and was like, wow, I didn't realize I would have that much left. So I went ahead, I did the headlights, I did the windows, I did all the plastics around the front of the car. So that's the nice thing about ceramic coat, is you can literally coat anything on the exterior of your vehicle, and it's going to help to repel that water and keep it looking nice for years to come. Now, fast forward. It is a few days later since I've applied the coating, and the reason being is, of course, in the video right here, the car looks great. Nice and shiny, which is as expected, right? I just applied this really awesome ceramic coat, but I wanted to see how it did over the course of a few days. So I drove the car for a week. I drove back and forth to work. Like I said, I live on a gravel road, so it got a bunch of dust and all that fun stuff on it. We're going to spray it off and see how easy that heavy debris comes off, what it looks like when we're finished. Now, I'm not going to wash it with soap or anything. I'm just doing water to knock off the debris. Going to let it dry for a little bit and see how the coating's held up after 1 week. So let's check it out. Alright, so as you can see, it's not completely dry yet, and I'm not going for perfection here. I just wanted to see how easily the dirt rolled off, and it did just that. So I'm very impressed so far. Mostly, if you saw in the video how easily it came off of these windows. So I'm sure if I took one trip down the road right now, all these little beads and droplets would just blow right off. So you can see here how they just kind of form up into a drop, and then I can blow on it. And they just roll. Hopefully you caught that. They just roll right away. So very, very cool process. Well, I hope that gave you all a good representation of how this holds up over a week. I would have went a little bit longer, but you know, I wanted to try to get a video out there and give a little insight as to how easily the dirt washes off and all that fun stuff. So anything that requires less maintenance when it comes to the body of the vehicle for me is always a win, because I'm not a huge like washer, waxer, detailer. I like my car to look nice, but I don't like to put a lot of effort into it. So if you're like me, then this product is definitely for you, because it kind of cuts back on that significantly. You can just pull out the water hose, rinse your car off, and it's going to look really good versus having to bring out the bucket, fill it up with soap, shine it all up, and then wait for it to dry, wax it. You've got 2 or 3 hours and a good solid wax job. So this is definitely a win. There's a great price point on this stuff. Keep an eye out for the discount codes. That's where I got mine, and it was very affordable. Heck, for this price, if this only lasted 1 month, I would be happy with it, honestly. But supposedly with good maintenance, it lasts up to like 5 years. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you like the content, consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting stuff quite a bit. We have a trunk full of parts right now. I've got some caster plates for the suspension. That's going to add a little bit of caster to the front suspension. And then we have the anti-roll kit from Whiteline, so that's going to correct all that steering geometry. I've got like car's kind of pulling to the right a little bit, so I want to get that addressed and fixed. So that'll be coming up here in the next couple months. So be sure to tune in and have a great day.